Hi everyone, Alchemist here. First of all, I would like to thank you very much for your subscriptions, for your likes, for your comments. It truly means a lot to me and I appreciate it. Today is a tarot reading. It's a pick a pile tarot reading. It's about the energy of the week, the energy forecast of the week. It's a message from Spirit. What do you need to know? I'm gonna invite you to pick one of these two piles here. Either this deck that I have here or this one here. Feel free to pick the one that resonates the most with you. And I'm gonna start with this beautiful deck right here. So what's coming to you, it's a message from Spirit. What do you need to know? And what is the energy of this week specifically? Let's get right to it. Akros mich es mich efenzuch Siklar senchoch nik asef iramontes iter niklakros if in haruzigesh is mol irakonzech iranzech imov ras ikren zishkar isenen. All right, I'm gonna show you the cards that I got here. So we have the Moon, the first card, a major arcana, beautiful. And then the King of Wands, represented by Baal, by the way. And then we have the Ten of Swords. So the energy of this week is very much in the unknown. It's the energy of darkness. You know, when you're in the dark, why do I say always embrace your darkness? Why do I even have a book that's called Embrace Your Darkness? Why? Is it just for fun? No. Is it just because everyone says the light and I want to say the dark? No. The reason why I always say embrace your darkness and I always want you to feel comfortable in the darkness, it's so you get rid of your fear. It's so you understand that there is nothing that can scare you. It's to understand that everything in life is part of everything. We fear things that we don't understand because we don't know their nature. And we always separate ourselves from everything else. We always believe that humans, us, are very special. That we are the only good thing that exists out there. That we are smart, that we are amazing, and that everything else is not part of us. We even disassociate ourselves from Earth. That's why we destroy it. We live on it, but we destroy it every day. Because we disassociate ourselves from Earth. How many people have you met that hate nature, that they don't like spending time in nature? I've met them. Maybe not in this beautiful community because we're all connected to spirit, therefore we love nature. But I have met a lot of people who are normal, who are city people, who hate nature. That's how much humans are completely disassociated from everything. And they think that they're different. They think that they're special. But no. Spirit here wants you to know that you're part of everything and everything is part of you. Darkness is part of you. The scary things are part of you. The demons, the creatures, the animals, the nature, the things that scare you. Sometimes these things are there to help you. Sometimes these things are there to help you find out who you are. You know, when it comes to spirit animals, we always talk about the good spirit animals who are there to guide you, to support you, to protect you. It could be anything. It could be like a spirit animal such as a wolf or a dragon or like a cat, a feline. But what about the other spirit animals? You know, because there's always two sides. What about the other kind of animals that come and show up to you when you're scared, when you're fearful, when you feel depressed, when you feel stressed out? There's always something that starts showing up. And usually they're either very scary animals like snakes, or they're like insects, or they're like bugs that they make you feel something uncomfortable. So Everything is part of you. When you're scared, when you're depressed, when you're stressed out, these uncomfortable creatures start showing up around you. It could be maybe you don't like spiders, maybe you don't like cockroaches, maybe you don't like snakes, but they start showing up. But everything is part of you. The darkness is part of you. I say, embrace your darkness so you can understand that everything is part of who you are. That in the darkness, you understand that everything is part of you. That's the meaning of in the darkness, you find the light. When the Buddha was meditating under the tree for like 40 days before he gained enlightenment, when he was closing his eyes, where do you think he was? You think he was in the light? Answer me right now. I'm talking to you right now. Answer me. Do you think, pause the video and answer me, talk to me. Because time and space, they don't exist in the spirit realm. So I'm going to hear you. Pause the video, answer me, and I'm going to hear you. Do you think he was in the light when he was meditating for 40 days under the tree? Where do you think he was? The Buddha, who gained enlightenment, who gained superpowers after his enlightenment. Where do you think he was? In darkness. In complete darkness. Because when you're closing your eyes, you're in the dark. But you can start seeing things in the dark as well. So this week is going to be in the darkness. But don't think it's a scary thing. It's necessary. This darkness is what's going to get you to the light you're looking for. And that light you're looking for is not the light what you think it is. It's completely something different. But your light, you will know it on your own. You will know what light means for you. You will know that on your own. No one is going to come and tell you what light is. Like in the New Age community, or what people write in books, or what people say in vlogs or YouTube videos. They come and try to explain what light is. No one understands what light is. No one. So you will find out what light is on your own. And it's going to be only for you. It's not going to be for you to share with others. Because each person are supposed to find their own light. So this darkness is beautiful. And that's why I keep saying embrace darkness. Because when you embrace darkness, you can understand that everything is part of everything. That you're not disassociated from creation. That you're not disassociated from earth, from the animals, from the bugs, from the insects that you hate so much. From the objects that are surrounding you. You think they're just objects, right? Where do you think they were made from? This is an object, right? Where do you think it was made from? It's earth. And you think it's not alive, right? Because it's just an object. This lamp, this clock behind me, they're just objects. You think they're not alive? Well, because science proves this and that, because I don't see them talking to me. Expand your mind. Not everything is through a mouth. Not everything that talks has to have a mouth and speaks. That's actually a very limited way of thinking, and that even is a proof that shows that humans are not that smart, that humans are still kind of stupid. Because to humans, if something doesn't talk and doesn't make a voice, it means it's not alive. That's how humans think. So expand your mind, expand your consciousness. Everything around you is alive. These walls behind you are alive. You know that a lot of houses have spirits, and you can hear the spirit of the house. You can hear the spirit of why do you think there's haunted objects? It's the same way. Because things have spirit. You know, sometimes when you have a sort of doll or an object that you love so much, and you're about to move out to another place or to another city, and you've had that thing for 10, 20 years, and just when you're about to leave it behind, because you're like, I don't use this, it was just a decor there, or it was a plush doll, and it was just there, but it was always in my room, but I never really used it, but it was always there. And you're like, I'm just going to leave it behind because it's just not going to be useful to me. And the moment you're about to leave it behind, or The moment you're about to put it in the trash, throw it in the garbage, sell it, whatever, get rid of it. And I'm talking this about the gifted people who can hear spirit, not the normal people. The normal people will get rid of that thing right away. The gifted people, the moment you're about to do that, you feel like that thing is stopping you. It's telling you no. It's calling you. But it's a plush doll. It's an object. But you hear something saying, don't. I want to be with you. Take me with you. How many of you have experienced that before? And you think you're crazy. You're like, you start telling your family, no, I want to take that thing because I can't be separated from it. It's because it also has some kind of consciousness. There's something there. It has spirit. In alchemy, that's what I always refer to as the spiritus element. Spiritus, spirit. That thing has spirit in it. And when things have spirit in it, they become somewhat alive. And that's why you start hearing them, even though they're just objects. And that's why there's a lot of haunted dolls around the world, and especially in Japan. The Japanese doll that have hair, her hair keeps growing nonstop. You can even visit it. It's in a museum. Her hair keeps growing naturally. It just keeps growing. Why do you think there's a lot of haunted dolls around the world in general? There's many horror movies that are made up about them, but just to mess up and scare you away from these concepts. Because what the people in control, what their goal is to make you scared of spirit. So they will take the beautiful things about spirit and make you scared by making horror movies about them. So every time you see a horror movie that involves skewing the view of something, like I hate horror movies. I don't watch them. I'm not a fan. I never check them. I don't even know what's in them, but sometimes I hear what's in them. Like, I know there's a very popular horror movie about astral projection. Just tell me, why do you think that is? It's because the people in control don't want people to experience astral projection. They want you to be scared of what makes you close to spirit. They want you to be as much of a robot as possible. They want you to just be robotic, not connected to spirit. Astral projection, what's the title of that movie? Is it Insidious? Is it? I didn't watch that stuff. I don't watch it. And I actually hate it. I don't like that crap. But I heard that it's a movie. I heard it's a horror movie about astral projection. I'm like, what? Why? Why would someone try to scare you from astral projecting? Oh, so someone is trying to prevent you from trying to reach spirit, right? That's the goal. So don't be tricked. We are part of everything. And in darkness, you find the answers you're looking for. You find the light. And you also get rid of your fears. What else? We have the Judgment card reversed. I'm going to pull a couple more cards and elaborate. Oh, this deck is so beautiful. The depictions here are gorgeous. They're so gorgeous. Like, the art here is just incredible. Like, this art is another way to connect to spirit. When you see something and you're like, and you feel like your heart is reacting to it, that's opening a portal to spirit. So let's move on with the reading. We have Judgment reversed, Major Arcana. And then Justice. Oh, another Major Arcana. Okay, wow. Upright. And then the King of Pentacles, Astaroth. Upright. This week, Spirit is saying you're going to finally understand what needs to be done, because you're going to spend some time in the darkness, as I mentioned earlier. When you spend time in the darkness, you're going to understand what needs to be done. Judgment reversed. That means you will know that everything you're doing is for the right cause. And there won't be any judgment from spirit or from other people. And it's not even going to matter to you if people judge what you do, because you know why you're doing it. We have justice, you're going to get what's yours. Spirit is going to be on your side. And if there's any people who did you wrong, or if there's some sort of abundance that you deserve in your life, something positive, Spirit and the universe are going to give it to you. Your justice. Look at this. Look at this beautiful presentation. What a beautiful art. And then we have Astaroth, the King of Pentacles. Abundance, money is going to come afterwards, because now you're ready to harness that abundance. Now you're ready for that money. You're ready to get it. But you have to spend some time in the darkness, alone, meditating, being by yourself. And it could be literal darkness too, as in the nighttime, as in go for night walks under the moon. Don't turn on too much light. Have some candles in your room, just like dim candlelight. Don't have too much light in your house. And you're going to find the answers. Justice is going to come your way, and you're going to have a lot of abundance. And I'm called to stop here. Beautiful reading for the first pile. I'm going to move on to the second pile and see what's the energy for it. And it was through this beautiful deck. Arrosmich, Izrash, Isef, Lokras, Kim, Zikrash, Itech, Ehn, Arrosmich, Kandroskif, Shinsol, RS, Enech, Akrosen. Okay. These are the 3 cards I pulled for you guys. The first card was the Two of Swords, followed by the Five of Wands reversed, which is great. And then the Four of Pentacles. This week for you, Spirit is saying it's about becoming grounded. It's about taking some time to look deep within you and finding the answers, finding the right choices to make, finding what is it that you want to do. So it's all about grounding, connecting to nature, not making big moves, not traveling, not relocating, not spending a lot of money, eating healthy foods. I hear cooking at home. For you this week, it's about cooking at home. It's about it's like you were here. This is the energy I'm feeling. It's like you were here and now it's time for you to just come back here. And here, not as in like spirit. It's not about spirit. It's about you were just like in this turmoil and this like a storm of things. Like there was so much happening around you. So right now it's time to just pull that energy down to earth and calm down. I hear meditation. I hear going for walks, going for a run, meditation, yoga, calming down, spending time in nature, and not doing so much. It's kind of very similar to the energy of the first pile, but here it's more about grounding yourself, whereas the first pile it's more about spending time in darkness. This is grounding yourself and trying to figure out what's going on inside of you. Inside of you, what's happening? Because there was a lot going on. You've been distracted, but now, what is it? What is it that you need to figure out? That's what's gonna happen for you this week. Let's pull a couple more cards. We have the Three of Swords reversed. Spirit is saying that this week, nothing bad is gonna come to your life because you're gonna be grounded. So you're not gonna have problems. You're not gonna have obstacles. You're not gonna have things that you need to face, something bad that you have to struggle with. None of that is gonna be in your life. We have the Empress, a major arcana. Empress, oh, okay, all right. And the Emperor, hold on. Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Empress, Emperor. This week is gonna be a beautiful reunion of the Emperor and the Empress. This can be a representation of your divine feminine and divine masculine, or it could be a representation of actual people, like meeting your soulmate or meeting your partner or your twin flame or your best friend or your relative that you haven't seen in so long. It could be your mother, your father, or I don't know, your sibling, someone. But it's a beautiful connection. You guys are on the same level. You're the Empress, he's the Emperor, you're the Empress. So you guys are on the same level, you speak the same language, and it's a beautiful, harmonious energy that's going to come to you this week. So depending on who you are watching this reading, it's going to be different for you guys, for what this represents. But again, it can represent something within you, the perfect balance between the divine feminine, the divine masculine. You're going to figure that out, or that's going to come to you because you are focusing on being grounded this week, because the energy is the grounding energy. So after you become grounded, you're going to gain your state of Emperor and Empress. You're going to gain that state back. Because you've been distracted, that's what I'm hearing. You've been quite distracted recently, and you kind of lost who you were. But you're going to come back to your beautiful state. Princess of Cups reversed. Here, Spirit is saying this week there's no traveling, there's no relocating, there's nothing happening to you where you need to go somewhere else to do something else. This week is about staying put. It's about focusing the energy back on yourself, bringing that energy that was spread out all around, that was scattered, taking it back and bringing it back to your core, to the heart chakra right here, bringing all of that energy right here, focusing it onto you, because you've been spreading it around. It's been used for other things, for other people. Now it's time to take it back and use it for yourself. Ten of Pentacles. Abundance. After gaining your state of the Emperor and the Empress, then we have abundance, success, financial abundance that will manifest in your life, because the Emperor and the Empress, they're usually wealthy, they have abundance. So obviously we have the Ten of Pentacles that's showing up here. What else? All right, we have the Knight of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. Oh, and the Universe upright. Look at these three beautiful cards. This week, after you gain your Emperor and Empress state, we have also here the energy is Spirit wants you to be very opened, because you have to open up your mind, your heart, and you have to be willing to listen to the signs and to the synchronicities that are going to come your way, because the universe is wide open for you, and there's going to be new opportunities coming to your life. New doors are going to be opened. That's what I'm hearing. And we have the Knight of Swords. This Knight of Swords is the representation of a new guardian spirit that's going to come in touch with you. It's going to try to connect to you through your dreams or through synchronicities in your life. It could be numerology, or it could be messages that will appear out of nowhere. So watch out this week for signs coming from Spirit, because a new guardian, a new spirit, it could be a guardian angel, guardian demon, whatever you want to label it, those are just labels. It's going to be there to connect to you, and it's going to help you with a new opportunity. That's why the Ace of Pentacles, and this opportunity is going to bring you success and abundance. So watch out for the universe being opened, because through it a new guardian is going to come to your life, and this guardian is going to open up a new door for you, a new opportunity. What a beautiful, beautiful alignment of the cards. This is wonderful. And one thing here about hearing Spirit, about following Spirit, is that when Spirit tries to reach you, and here we have the King of Wands, this represents the fire that we usually ignore within us. We like to just listen to our minds, because that's how we were programmed to think since a young age. Imagine, since you were small, like very small. You were taught to just use your mind, use your logic. You go to school, that's what you're taught. You come back home, that's what you're taught. You go out with your friends, you hear the same thing over and over. And we humans forget to use our intuition. We forget to listen to the fire within, or to the guidance that comes from spirit, the guidance that comes from the universe. And we always pay the price for that. When a small voice comes to you in the back of your head, something just that you feel here, but it's usually subtle, it's very subtle. The guidance that comes from spirit is always subtle. Remember this, guys, it's always subtle. It's never huge. It's never in there. But there are case scenarios when the guidance that comes, when the message that comes is so loud. That means it's an emergency. That means that something dangerous is about to happen. It happened to me many times. And that's usually the sign that something dangerous is about to happen. So if you don't do that guidance, if you don't act upon it, you're going to pay the price and you're going to regret it. And sometimes those messages come like loud in your face, or some through other people, because the universe uses other people to transfer the messages. So sometimes that comes so loud in your head. And for example, for me, it comes in ways where I can't think or do anything else unless I finish or do that thing that comes to my mind. For example, I have to go somewhere to do something, but then let's say I need, because I travel a lot. I'm just giving you an example to concretize the situation for you. I need to go somewhere, but I'm about to travel to another country, like let's say a few days later. But I need to go there like now, and that's it, I'm ready and I'm leaving. But as I'm about to leave, something in my head just comes and like, get the ticket to that place right now. But my logic is saying, no, but I'm gonna be late for this thing. I'm about to leave. I'll buy the ticket tomorrow. I'll buy the ticket 5 hours from now. It's okay. I'll buy it later, because what's the rush? I need to go to this thing now, but something just stops me. And it's in the head, it's here, it's like, get the ticket now. Get the ticket now. And this thing, I keep hearing it so loud, it takes over my mind. And it's usually, even when I'm channeling tarot, it's kind of the same thing, where whatever I'm hearing is taking over my mind. I'm not thinking, I'm just talking. So when I'm done with the reading, most of the time I don't remember what I said. And that's what channeling means. Because you're channeling, you're not thinking, you're not using your mind to say what you're saying. And the message is like, get the ticket, get the ticket, get the ticket. You have to get the ticket right. You have to get it. And I usually act upon that intuition. Sometimes I don't, and I pay the price. And usually the price is very bad. For example, if I go and buy the ticket, then I go ahead and I do it, and I'm late for that thing, but it's okay. But I get the ticket, and then it turns out that if I didn't get that ticket, there wasn't going to be any flights to that area, let's say for the next month. Something like that. I'm just trying to give you an example. And then I'm going to be stuck where I am, even though I had to go to that other country, like I had something important to do there. But the universe helped me by pushing me to get the ticket, because if I didn't at that moment, then I wouldn't be able to go to that country. And maybe if I didn't go to that country, then I will miss a life opportunity, something that was coming just once in a lifetime in that country. So imagine if I missed it, just because I was listening to my mind because I had to go somewhere. That's how intuition works. That's how signs and listening to spirit works. So I really want you guys to trust that subtle voice that comes to you. And especially, and if it comes loudly, if it's so loud, then you just have to do it. You just have to do it. But the cases when it's super loud is rare. Again, that's for emergency cases. Usually, like 90% of the time, it's subtle. which makes most humans ignore it. And that's why humans have problems and troubles all the time. All the time. Because they don't listen to the intuition, to the subtle intuition that comes to your mind. And the funny thing is, sometimes this guidance is crazy. It's like you're about to plan to do something here, but the universe gives you a synchronicity or a message, and it's subtle, but that message is completely crazy. It's like the opposite of what you want to do. It sounds crazy. It sounds like a nutcase. It's like, I can't do that. Why am I thinking about this? I can't be doing this. It's crazy. And why is it even in my head? Who sent me this? Why am I thinking? And then usually, and this is by experience, because I'm a nomad. I chose a different lifestyle. I have zero thing to lose. I have nothing to lose. I could literally die right now and I'll be okay with it, and I have nothing to lose in my whole life. So sometimes I will go with that crazy thing that comes in my mind, and that sounds crazy. It sounds completely crazy. And I'll go ahead and do it. I'm like, you know what? Just for the sake of it, I'm going to do this crazy thing that just came to my mind right now, and it's completely the opposite of what I was planning to do, and it sounds crazy, but I'm going to do it and see what happens. And I do it. Sometimes I go ahead and I do that crazy thing, and the miracles that comes out of that are just incredible. The things, the doors that open, the beautiful things that happen when you go and do that thing that doesn't make sense to you in your mind, usually that's real magic. That's what people call magic. That's what people call miracles. Because you go towards a path, towards the unknown, where you have no idea why you're going there. But when you go there, you find incredible things. But most humans, they will shut that down. They're like, of course I'm not going to do that. That's crazy. And they try to go with their logic. And that's why they always end up in the same cycles. That's why they always end up in problems. That's why they always end up having the same thing over and over and over, and nothing changes, and keep making the same mistakes. So always, always, always try to decipher that subtle voice that comes to you that doesn't make sense usually, because that's the voice of spirit speaking to you, and that's usually where the best choices are hidden. They're hidden there. That's where you're going to find the answers. Another example could be for like getting jobs, or even for students who are going to school or to university, and you're like having in your mind this plan that this is what I'm going to do, this is my plan, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. But there's always this voice in the back of your head, something, this is a subtle voice saying, no, you're not supposed to be in, no, engineering, no, like you're going to become a lawyer, no, finance, no, you're actually supposed to do art or design or something like that. And it's a very subtle voice here in the back of your head, and you're like, what? Art? No, art doesn't have money in it. What, like art is for losers. That's how you become homeless. No, I'm gonna go and get something in finance because that's what makes money. Yeah, and your family's telling you so, your friends are telling you so, everyone around you is telling you so, and eventually you go and you take that career of finance, and you realize 10 years later, 5, 6, 7, 10 years later, that you're not successful at it, or it's making you barely enough to get by, or you're making maybe good money, but you're not happy and you're miserable. But what about that subtle voice that was in the back of your head that's telling you, do art, go do something that has to do with creativity? Maybe if you followed it, you have no idea what would have happened. Maybe miracles would have happened, and maybe you would have made so much more money than you ever dreamed of, but you didn't know it, you didn't trust it. So Spirit just wanted me to tell you this, and that's what I have for the second pile. 4 of Wands as the last card. Again here, that fire within you, it's always right. Listen to it, follow it, and you will get something amazing. All right? Thank you very much. I hope this reading resonates. If you want your own personal or private reading, you can find it at sephalchemist.com, link in the description box below. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next reading. As Rosh is atorech zven shinech kunt sich aron kalech suf iten zuch irash isamochen yishus.